On today's show,
we discuss the Raptors' next move, the Rockets' chances without Nene, and Isaiah's comments about the Wizards' physical play.
Big Baby Davis joins us on set to play the popular starters game, Circle of Trust.
And will KD and the Warriors sweep the Jazz tonight?
It's Monday, May 8th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Whether you're listening to the podcast, joining us live on NBA TV, or later on YouTube, we're very, very happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tess Millis.
Happy May 8th.
To his right, it's the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily, and last, certainly not least, over yonder, it is the bearded one, it's Trey Kirby.
Hey,
yo! TK, what do you got, man?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters, and you might not have noticed it, but we saw something totally unique during yesterday's Cavs-Raptors game. Happened in the first quarter when DeMar DeRozan got J.R. Smith to bite on a pump fake, marking the first time all series a Cav had bit on one of DeRozan's pump fakes. But JR definitely noticed because, as he told Cleveland.com's Joe Varden, he was fined $100 for biting on the pump fake after Coach Ty Lue told the Cavs they couldn't bite on him. Smith said he knew it as soon as he did it. This is a brilliant strategy, great for limiting fouls and foul shots, but it brings us to today's question. What else should players be fined for? For instance, you could fine a teammate for leaving a teammate hanging. Super, super rude. Or for ruining a highlight, because nobody likes a botched alley-oop, but perhaps most egregious, you could be fined for farting on the bench. Not cool, Mario Chalmers. Not cool at all. But we want to hear from you, so let us know on Twitter, what else could players be fined for? Send us your best tweets to hashtag the starters, and we'll hear from you later.
All right, get those.
I just
tweets.
find Lee.
Yeah, we find him every day. 10,000 every day with this guy. Okay, look, we got a fun show tonight. Big Baby Davis is going to join us live in studio, and we'll look ahead to tonight's one game in Utah, the Warriors trying to sweep the Jazz. But first, we start with a little true or false playoffs edition. TK's got the questions. We'll debate the answer. Trey.
On Sunday, the Toronto Raptors were eliminated from the playoffs by the Cavs for the second straight year, joining previous iterations of the Bulls, Pacers, and Hawks as Eastern Conference contenders who can't get past LeBron. They just got swept, and 4 of their top 8 can be free agents this summer, so true or false? The Raptors should blow it up!
Ooh,
man.
It's the LeBron effect causing many a teams of problems like this, but I say false. Do you let Lowry and Ibaka walk? Of those 4, the 2 big ones are Lowry and Ibaka. I say you sign them and then figure it out later. Sign them to contracts that are tradable. I think Masai Ujiri can work with Kyle Lowry to get into a deal that isn't a monster 5 for $200. Maybe we can scale it back a little bit. He just signed for 4 for $48, so maybe he doesn't have to jump $150 million. And then you deal with your 2 hampering contracts. Those the big problems to me are Jonas Valanciunas, signed for another 3 years, and DeMarre Carroll. Now, I understand some people won't want that. Maybe you stretch DeMarre Carroll.
Right.
But I don't see taking a huge step back for what? You go with DeMar and the kids? As Masai has filled the cabinet with some decent prospects, and DeLon Wright and Jakob Poeltl and Pascal Siakam, but do you want a 30-win team for a couple of years? That team's still going to be decent enough to win games and maybe not get a top pick.
This comes down to Lowry, though, right? Whether or not you throw 5 years, $200 million-ish. Do you think Lowry, at his age, can still be an all-NBA point guard moving forward? And can he get it ever going in the playoffs, especially along with DeMar? They're a great regular season team. Both these guys have been great regular season players, and they've struggled the last couple postseason. They're hot and cold in the postseason. So what do? Do you like Tass, run it back and then worry about the future a little bit later, or let them go?
To blow it up implies that they hold all the power, and they don't, because of all these guys who are unrestricted
That's
free
fair.
agents, so they can walk without any compensation going back to the Raptors. But look, for probably 7 straight years now, no one's been able to figure out LeBron. Teams have come, they've tried to get close to him, and he's gotten better.
The Pacers, the Hawks, the Bulls.
It goes on and on and on. So it's you've got to look at that and remember that LeBron is like maybe the top 2 or 3 players we've ever seen in the game. The Raptors are good. This is easily the best period of Toronto history. But they're also,
sad but true.
But you can also sort of see a ceiling there as well. And Lowry, I mean, there's going to be questions, whether they're fair or not, about his performance in the playoffs. Because again, he was injured obviously in this series, but in other seasons we've seen it as well, where he hasn't really taken his game to a different level. DeRozan a little bit the same as well. So if you're the Raptors, you have to say, can these guys get better themselves, or do we need to perhaps explore other options? And I don't think either answer is wrong, but I don't think either answer is right as well.
Or do we get another coach? And as much as everybody in the organization loves Dwayne Dwayne Casey. He's had 6 years with this team. And I think you look at this roster and you think, maybe we can get more out of it. Maybe we can have an offense that moves it Ariana Grande side to side a little bit more and actually gets more out of this team. I genuinely, these names that we're mentioning, these guys are all-stars. And Lowry and DeRozan and Serge Ibaka. I know those two guys, Lowry and Serge Ibaka, you signed them in long-term deals. They're past their prime.
Yeah.
That being said, as much as everyone loves Dwayne Casey, he's had his chance with these guys. I think you get somebody who instills a different mindset in them. I think that would be my first option, along with trying to get rid of Jonas Valanciunas, who some people may not want, DeMarre Carroll, whose injury has really hampered him. Maybe use the stretch provision there. And maybe Lowry doesn't want to come back. You know, Lowry has said no one's closing the gap on LeBron James. He said that within the last week. So does that mean he wants to re-sign with the Raps? I'm not sure, but it would just be very difficult to go back to square one, I think, with this.
Look, we're not signing the checks, but that's a whole lot of money. You're looking at least over $30 million for Lowry, $20 million-ish for Ibaka, another 10 to 12 for Patrick Patterson, $8 million for Tucker. I mean, we are up there in the luxury tax the Raptors would be with all that. So they got some huge decisions, but Masai Ujiri has made it work before, so we will see. All right, Trey, next one.
All right, in the first quarter of yesterday's win over the Spurs, Rockets center Nene went down with what turned out to be a season-ending left adductor injury. So Houston turned to Ryan Anderson as their backup center and let the threes fly, knocking down 12 of 24 in the second half and a huge Game 4 win. Guys, true or false? Nene's injury actually helps the Rockets.
Ooh.
It's false. I don't think it helps them. I think they can cope without him, but I don't think it makes them better that he's not there. I think it just has to change the game plan of what Mike D'Antoni does. I mean, we know they shoot tons of threes, but you do need a big guy in there as well to battle some of the big bodies from the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously, Capella is their starting center, and Nene comes out and plays backup minutes there. But I think without him there, now you've got Ryan Anderson as your second big as a center filling in. And he can do that for patches, but I'm not sure if he can do that for the whole series as effectively. Really, with the Rockets, it all comes down to three-point shooting. If their threes are falling down, then they are a very, very tough team to beat. If they're not falling and the Spurs can take advantage inside, perhaps by scoring a lot more high-percentage looks inside the paint, then I think the advantage goes to San Antonio.
That's why I think this is actually true, because I think this series was always going to be big versus small, in the Spurs big and the sort of smaller letting the three-pointer slide Rockets. And Nene was great. Nene was great in the playoffs. I think he surprised a lot of people. He was great against the Thunder. He hasn't done a whole lot there in those 3 full games before the injury in Game 4 against the Spurs. 6 and 3. Comes in and gives them minutes, absolutely, and at least is a big body to bang. But I think this is the Rockets' best chance to beat the Spurs. They got to hope for 2 more times out of possibly 3 games that they can hit 15 to 20 threes. And Anderson, it was a smart move by D'Antoni. He put Eric Gordon in there with the 3-ball or 3-guard lineup in the second half, and Anderson was the backup 5 with Ariza sort of as the 4, and just let it go. Harden and shooters. That's the D'Antoni way. We've seen this sort of work before, and I think he rolls the dice here and does it again. The question is, will Pop have a counter now that they've seen Game 4's tape and they go into Game 5?
I think what the Rockets did well from Game 3 to Game 4 is that the Spurs were out there on those shooters, but they started cutting. They started moving behind these guys, so there wasn't just a 3-point shot in front of a defender. They got the defense moving a little bit, and that's what happened in the second half when Nene sat out, obviously. But the Spurs rebounded a quarter of their misses. And as you said, you know, if you're going with Ryan Anderson, you're going to get killed on the offensive glass and the defensive glass, I should say. That's going to be a problem. I don't think they're better. I just think that they were dedicated to the cause of moving and getting some good shots. It's going to be hard going forward without somebody to rebound that ball.
We'll see for the next game. All right, Trey, final one here.
All right, thanks to a 26-0 third quarter run and more John Wall highlights than a YouTube mixtape, the Wizards handled the Celtics pretty easily in a big Game 4 win. But afterwards, it wasn't his opponents that had Isaiah Thomas fuming. It was the refs.
They were very physical. The refs were allowing them to hold and grab and do all those things. So I think, especially in that third quarter, I might have hit the ground 5 or 6 straight times. I'm not the one that likes hitting the ground. So I think it got to be called differently.
True or false? Isaiah is right about not getting calls.
I think he's true. I think he's true. In Game 4, if you're just looking at Game 4, and you go back and we've watched all the tapes and all the shots, he got hit. He got bumped. He's a small guy, obviously, so maybe it's easier for him to go to the ground. But they were playing physical with him, as we said they should, after he went for 53 in Game 2, and he just wasn't getting the whistles. I mean, you look at the free throw attempts in this series. He had 7 in Game 1, 13 in Game 2, 11 in Game 3, and he had 0. That's That's shocking. Yeah. I mean, for a guy that was 5th in the league in free throws.
I'm going false on this one. I love his aggressiveness and I love the way he goes into the paint for such a small guy. But I think in these instances, a lot of the times he's looking for that contact rather than just trying to go up there and score. You know, you watch back.
That's what he does all season long. I know, but if you can't go over guys, he's 5'9".
If you look at these ones in particular, again, only game 4, he's going in there and pretty much going down at the slightest bit of contact. You might get a lot of those calls at home. But in the playoffs on the road, they're a lot tougher to get. And I'm not saying that's the right way, but we just know that that's how things go. And I think that's what happened with Isaiah. He was sort of assuming he was getting the whistle. It wasn't there. And then the refs weren't sort of buying it after that.
He did say, by the way, it wasn't the reason they lost because he couldn't get the line. It was that 26-0 Wizards run there in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, was that the tape of the fouls? Because those weren't fouls.
There was some contact on some of those. He's got those calls before. What are you guys talking about? He's all season long.
But again...
that was basketball. I mean, that was just a little bit of contact on the road again. In the postseason, you're not going to get those calls.
You think he shoots 0 free throw attempts in Game 5?
No.
No. Then this was smart. He's going to cost himself some money.
He's done it twice in the playoffs already.
That would be phenomenal if he shot 0. That
will not be happening.
Of course not.
That will not be happening. This was a smart move. It's going to cost him some money here, but he's going to get some more calls there in Boston. All right, we got to take a break. Big baby Davis joins us live in studio. Don't go anywhere.
Celtics reunion in Area 21 tonight on TNT. Joining Kevin Garnett, Rondo, Perkins, Pierce, and this man, Big Baby Davis. This is your jam.
Oh, yes. Big Baby go turn it up.
This is you on the vocals.
That's me.
Yeah.
When did you do this?
I did it a long time ago.
Okay.
I've always been interested in music. It's like my second love, really. So got some tunes.
That's a pretty good jam, though.
Yeah. How come this was sort of out in the woodwork? We didn't hear about it. I mean, we know everything about basketball internet, but we had never heard this song before.
Yeah.
Why isn't it a hit? Why isn't it in the clubs?
My pop star, person under the Big Baby, he wants to come out, but I'm not gonna let him.
Come on, this is like a David.
This is like
a David Guetta tune, man.
Why don't you go on The Voice and try it out and see how far you go?
You think they'll vote me?
Yeah, man.
That would be huge.
You guys get it started.
All right, we'll start.
I'll go to The Voice if you get it started.
Okay, let's get to our game. We're playing Circle of Trust when it comes to your old Celtics teammates, all right? We're going to give you some random scenarios. You're going to tell us who you would trust to handle each. You got to pick from your old boys, Rondo, Perkins, KG, and Pierce. Okay? So we got these faces printed for you. Hold them up. Whenever you decide on which one you select. All right, here you go.
Okay.
Some random scenarios. Your first one.
Let's go.
First, we got to show you your old championship pose when you won the title. Okay. You remember this?
Oh my God!
I love this photo.
Oh yeah.
I kind of envisioned I was on a grassy knoll or something, or I didn't take senior picks.
Right.
In high school, so
it's very George Costanza too. I love it.
All right. So, which one of your old Celtics teammates would you trust to recreate that pose?
Oh my gosh.
Who would get down to do that?
Man, I really wouldn't pick nobody. I wouldn't do that.
That's fair.
Not even Perk?
Not even Perk. I might have to say Paul.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Paul can be a little silly?
Yeah, he can be a little silly, but Perk's too mean, Kevin's too serious, and Rondo is just too straight now. He's not doing that.
Thanks for keeping it straight for us. Before we give you the next one, we've got to go back to an Instagram video you posted.
I think I'm in love, yo. Like, no bull. Like, this lemon tree. I'm sorry that I cussed, but this damn lemon tree is so beautiful.
Who would you trust to take care of your lemon tree?
My lemon tree?
Yeah.
I would have to say Kevin.
Oh. Okay, why?
Because he's tall. And he can grab all the lemons off the lemon tree.
That is your lemon tree.
That is my lemon tree.
You're serious about that lemon tree.
Yes.
Did you make lemonade?
Yes, sir. Did you see my lemonade
I
video?
did, yeah.
Go check it out.
Wow.
Sweet? Was it sweet?
Yep. I got strawberry lemonade, blueberry lemonade, pink lemonade. I got fruit lemonade, all type of lemonade.
Big baby lemonade stand.
Big baby lemonade. Kevin, he'll protect the lemons.
Okay, next one here. Who would you trust of your old Celtics teammates to win a dance contest?
Oh.
Who's got the moves?
Good question.
Oh, I would have to say Kevin.
Really?
Wow. Kevin is a great dancer.
Really?
He's skinny, he can move, he's like agile.
Yeah.
He can really dance.
Is he as good as you? Because
No.
you remember 5 years ago, we danced together.
No, he's not good.
Hey,
oh my God, look how skinny I was.
That's what I think too. Look how skinny I was.
This was started from the bottom for real.
Yeah.
What is this, 2012 in Orlando?
Yeah.
What do you mean, man? This is when we were big. This is when we were huge. We're way smaller now.
We were the kings of Canada when this video
Oh my,
was shot.
oh my God.
So this was in Orlando. You played for the Magic, 2012 during All-Star Weekend. I was Hito Turiglu, the dancing superstar.
Yeah.
The man loves to dance, and we just hit the streets.
Okay, so
Look at that wiggle.
Yeah. We made a lot of people feel weird that day.
these guys.
Oh my goodness.
You're a good sport.
All right, it's only getting weirder from here. Your old Celtics teammates, who would you trust to apply suntan lotion to your back?
Oh my gosh. I would have to go Rondo.
Easy.
Rondo!
Rondo, you know, his hygiene is really, really up to par.
Okay.
He always has lotion, something, Carmex in his sock. Rondo is perfect.
He's got those big hands as well.
For putting suntan lotion
Yeah.
on my back.
Okay, next one here. We're taking you back the 2010 NBA Finals.
Okay.
We had this monster putback.
Oh my gosh.
And then your old teammate, Nate Rob, he came out of nowhere. This was Donkey and Shrek.
I didn't even feel him. Look at, I don't even know if he's there.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I'm screaming so hard.
Watch the slobber coming out of your mouth.
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Who would you trust to give you a piggyback ride? You got to jump on one of these guys.
Oh my gosh, for sure, Perk.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's the man, Swamp Thing. That's my guy. You know, he's strong as an ox. He's the person that really taught me how to play post defense.
Really?
Yeah, how to play, how to square up and make sure the guy comes to your chest. Perk's the one that taught me that.
Maybe you could test it out tonight on Area 21, just when he's not expecting it, jump on his back.
All right, final one here. Going back to your singing.
Okay.
Who would you trust to sing a duet with from your 4 teammates? I mean, they can, you know, they can be a
Who's got
rap.
the voice of an angel or rap? Yeah.
Who got the, I would have to say Paul.
Paul, man. That's a Renaissance man.
He has enough courage to try to sing. So I'm gonna bring him.
That's
All
half
these guys,
the battle, yeah.
they don't have, they don't have the balls to sing. This guy will sing no matter
He's got
what.
it.
He got it.
He's taking a lot of big shots in his day. He's got it.
He's
All
the
right.
man.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy
having me, man.
tonight with the boys in Area 21.
This is must watch.
This
yes.
is gonna be great.
Again, Rondo, Perkins, Pierce, Big Baby, and Kevin Garnett all night long in Area 21. Please watch on TNT. We got to take a break, but after it, how will the Jazz avoid a sweep at the hands of the Warriors?
The Starters on NBA TV is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, proud partner of the NBA. Do your friends proud. Please drink responsibly.
Only one playoff game tonight. It's the Warriors and Jazz, 9 p.m. Eastern on TNT. Coverage, though, beginning soon here on NBA TV. The Warriors trying to sweep this thing. It's a quick look ahead. TK, you got the question for us.
Yep, the Jazz are down 3-0 against the Warriors, but they did have a lead during Game 3 for the first time all series, guys. What's the key for the Jazz to avoid a sweep tonight?
Well, the Jazz are 0-4 when they allow 100 points or more. So the question is, how do you stop these Warriors? Well, you can't. I mean, do you sort of just try and get into them, maybe get under their skin? Or maybe that just gets them riled up, like Kevin Durant got riled up. I mean, this was the maddest we've seen him during the postseason. He was angry at the crowd. He was angry at mascots. I think you just got to score a ton. I think Gordon Hayward has to have a monster game. I mean, he went for 40 in the Clippers series once. I think, he went for 29 in this past game in Game 3. But he had 6 assists. He was passing off a lot. I think listen, the Warriors are going to score over 100. The Jazz have to match it.
Yeah, the other two things you have to do to try and beat the Warriors, try and get them on the offensive glass, and try and get them to turn the ball over. Yeah. Those were two things that the Warriors would do at times. Like they were not great at it during the regular season, but in the playoffs, they're just not turning the ball over at all. And that sort of makes sense because the Jazz, they're not, even though they're a great defense, they don't get out there and do that and get a lot of deflections and get going the other way. So try. Hopefully you got to hope almost that the Warriors just come out thinking, we got this one wrapped up. Series is over already. Maybe they just get a little bit sloppier and the Jazz can get some easy buckets. But this is sure looking like a sweep here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some positives out of the Jazz, though. They held a lead, as Trey mentioned off the top. And Clay and Steph went 7 for 29 in that game 3. It was Durant who killed them.
And they still lost.
I know.
You think that's going to happen again?
Yeah, well, maybe they just leave Clay and they double correct.
Got to double Zaza.
I mean, look, it's going to be tough for them.
Double Zaza. Zaza had more points than Klay Thompson.
Yeah, why not?
Does this end tonight? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
I think so.
Hopefully George Hill gets back. Who knows?
All right, when we return, VSP, you're watching The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. We asked you earlier in the show, what else should players be fined for? You hit us up on Twitter, #TheStarters. Trey, you got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, Lewis says players should be fined for getting pigeons when we need wedgies. We'll get to it later, but we'll take any ball stall we can get at this point. Donald says players should be fined for showing up to the arena without headphones. Always a strange look. And Jules says they should be fined for their shoes just falling off. I mean, come on, just get your size. It's a great point. What's up with Kevin Durant's skinny feet?
Yeah, Durant would be fined all the time.
Yeah, shoes got that big contract.
All right, Lily, who gets the VSP honor?
We're going to Houston, and it's a beautiful fizzer here from the Rockets. Look at this. You think it's going to be this bounce pass to a layup, but no.
Corner
it keeps
three?
on going. No.
Wow.
Ryan Anderson at the top there for a beautiful 3. Not a swish bomb, but not too far off. You know, look at this. Here it is again. I love it when I'm watching the game live and I see the VSP. It makes my job so much easier. Yeah. That's what I call a very solid play.
Goes to bed right after that.
Good night.
All right, some good news, folks. We didn't have a wedgie, but we did have a pigeon. And just to refamiliarize you with the ball stall nomenclature, the terminology, wedgie, ledgie, and pigeon on top. Now, pigeons don't usually go straight over the backboard.
Yeah, this is rare.
Usually goes off the rim and up, but this is pure.
Appreciate that, Steph.
That's why you put a hashtag on top of the back.
Yeah, take
just
note
in case.
of that pigeon.
Unfortunately, we're still too short of the 50 mark, but hey, that pigeon was fun.
Thanks, pigeon.
Now it's time for the fan of the night, which is always fun. And this one, super fun. The dancing duo here. Just let them take it away.
Oh, yeah.
Is this Big Baby song?
This is a new song, actually. It's really good. Gets the people going.
Okay, I like this. The dancing duo. Oh, yeah.
Fans really bringing it in the playoffs.
Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, join us live on Twitter for the Starters Twitter show. Enjoy the game tonight, Warriors and Jazz on TNT. And we'll be back here after the Twitter show at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. And remember, Big Baby Davis is big.
Brace the night, people.
Like tall. Tall.